based on economic analysis, maybe benefit cost ratio, internal rate of return, whatever it is, it will tell which road section has to be taken first. The systems what we develop, they should be implemented. They should not gather dust in shelf.
Right side, garbage in and garbage out. So quality data is very important to get a quality output or quality decisions.
With the process or steps I have mentioned, it has to be followed and properly done. Then a good system can be developed without any problem.
When we are talking about asset management of highways, we talk more about the roads, but the bridges and structures are also part of the highway projects, highways. So how these bridges and structures part is reviewed and monitored in asset management?
Yeah, it's a very good point what you have raised. The bridges and structures are part of our asset. And the study which I have mentioned, 2007 to 12 under 11th 5-year plan, what we did in CRRI, we have considered bridges also.
Okay.
And flexible payment, digit payment as payment module and bridges as bridge module. Using all bridge data, bridge management system has also been developed.
Okay.
And what the important point is, how data of PS, abatements, and under the slab data to be collected. For that, we have a mobile bridge inspection unit that is called MBIU.
Okay.
And now in country also we have some other this thing. So that's person can sit in that MBIU. Though it has a lever system, it can take you up to the pier and then you can see what is the distress and all non-destructive testing, all those things you can do. And using that, you can develop a system for payment, for bridge management system. So the budget required for payments, the budget required for bridge, you can put together. That is the budget required. So bridges are also very important, but only the thing is, all the bridges, if we are not able to do the survey the way we have done for the roads, what you can do is you can select some typical
bridges,
typical bridges of the same type we have all around.
Okay.
What we have done is, it's what you call factor of safety. So what we have done is we have taken some sections in Odisha or other coastal area where we have corrosion as a main important issue. So those things also has to be considered. So we have to consider all those things and select some bridges and then do the study and develop the system. So you can develop bridge management system separately and you can add the funds required. So that is the bridges.
So bridge management system plus road management system done separately, but under the same umbrella.
You can add it.
Together it is a highway for the asset management for the complete asset, right?
Yeah.
Good roads are costly, but bad roads would end up more costlier. How to estimate the maintenance costs of different roads when their existing condition is very good or average or very poor? So how do you estimate the cost and manage the road assets traffic working?
See, as I have already mentioned, in the system, we have to give the present condition of the road.
Right.
As you have mentioned, bad road means my roughness will be high, deflection is high, distress is high, everything. And the traffic data, axle load data, based on that I am going to give. So based on present condition, it will the deterioration pattern will be formed and it will tell this section should be taken immediately with higher or more thickness. Am I correct or not?
Correct.
So more thickness means the cost is more.
Yes.
The bad road requires, bad road requires 75 dBm plus 40 BC, for example.
Correct.
The fairly good road may require only 40 BC.
Okay.
75 dBm, 50 dBm is not. Okay. And a good road may not require any treatment as on today. it may require another renewal layer maybe after next year.
Okay.
So like that, the system will tell which road to be taken first, depending upon its condition and how much cost it is incurred. That also it will tell. So the system itself will take care based on the present condition, based on my traffic, axle load, and my crust composition, that is the strength. It will predict what is the condition of road after 5 years or 10 years for the given period, and it will tell. Now itself, we have to give so much, and this road may require another treatment of with another white treatment after 6 years or 7 years, like that. It will give in a given period of time how much maintenance cost is required for that particular network. It will give. So everything depends upon what is the present condition of the road, what is your intervention level. It will decide how much is the cost is. So like that, you can decide based on condition what is the cost of the treatment.
Okay. So due to budget constraints or whatever, if timing of maintenance is not properly or timely attended, so it will have huge impact on subsequent improvement cost.
Of course, see, if very undulated, very pothole road is there, for example, which may not be there nowadays on national highways or state highways, you can go to some of the MDRs and ODRs.
Yes.
If I don't treat properly now, what will happen after 1 year? The pothole will become much more deeper. Even if I have not done anything, a crater will happen. Then what is going to happen? I cannot repair that until unless I have to reconstruct it. So
the road has to
reconstruction. Yeah, reconstruction cost is very high.
Yeah.
So if I take a proper treatment, if I do a proper treatment, whenever it is required, I can increase the service life of the pavement. A stitching time saves 9, so we have to be careful and then we have to treat. We have to predict what is going to happen and we have to prevent by providing the proper treatment.
So in every industry, the artificial intelligence, new technology, new equipment, extensively being used. So how this same thing in asset management enhance the process or outcome?
See, as you have mentioned, let me talk about first the use of automation which has occurred in the last 5 years or 10 years. Earlier, we used to do the distance measurements physically and the roughness with bomb integrator or like that. They're all very time consuming. For example, if I want to do the distance in a particular kilometer, a person has to do the marking of distress with chalk and what is the length and breadth will be noted. And then it has to be converted into a Excel sheet. And then what is the area per kilometer, all these things. Nowadays, we have network survey vehicle, which will run at 100 kilometers per hour on a highway. And in addition to what is the condition of the road, which will capture through cameras, which can be analyzed afterwards through computer within no time. What is the distance of cracking, how much, raveling, how much, longitudinal cracking, how much, all those details it will work out and it will tell. And in addition to that, it will give you the right of way information also. Okay. At any at a given kilometer, where is my road furniture is there, at what distance it is there, at what height it is there. All those data we can take in. If I want to have same data earlier, I have to do a lot of manual intervention and manual labor work. Now it is entire automated. That is first. Second, if we go back to the deflection, Benkelman beam, which you must have heard, and even viewers, I have to load the truck and I have to check what is the weight of that and what is the tire pressure. And I have to insert the probe between the dual. And I'll ask the driver to go 2.7 kilometers, 2.7 meters, 9 meters. It's very cumbersome. Nowadays, I have flexible falling weight deflectometer, which I can sit in the AC car and I can press a button. The dynamic load will be applied on the pavement and the data will be given. And what is the deflection and what is its bowl, and very good analysis it will give. What is the type, all those things, what is the remaining life of the pavement, all those things I'm going to get. So this evaluation really has helped a lot for development of management system. Earlier, if I have to do 10 days, 12 days work, now maybe half day or 3, 4 days is sufficient for me by using this information. And coming to this software and also, now I need to integrate the data to my HDM4. So I have a layer which this data straight away can be given as an input to the HDM4, and HDM4 analysis can be done. Otherwise, what we used to do, all the manual data, what has been done, that has to be entered in HDM4 input data and all. Now I can create an Excel file here and that can be put into the cell.
It's like this new equipment, apart from capturing all the information, also scans the road underneath and transfer the data.
No. Scans underneath is another equipment that is called ground penetrating recorder. That is not required. That is not I'm talking. I'm talking, it will tell what is the deflection with FWD and with automatic or network survey vehicle. It will tell what is the condition of the pavement and what is the roadway, right of way information, at what kilometer, what road signage is there, what electrical pole is there, whether road markings are there or not, if it is there, how it is, all those things you can see.
Good. So it saves all that manual intervention, manual data collection, manual data entry. All that can be avoided. And it saves a lot of time. And the decision will be very quick based on
very easy to analyze the things using the system.
Also, the data will be more consistent, I suppose.
That reliability is very.
Okay. So the present road maintenance, unlike in the past, so not only government bodies are maintaining roads, the private parties or developers are also maintaining the roads for sizable periods. But of course, the quantum of roads with private developers may be 1,000 to 5,000, or even very less of 50 to 100 kilometers also. But whereas government bodies must be maintaining tens of thousands of kilometers. So, but is there any difference in asset management between the assets under state PWDs or NHA and the assets under private developers? What is the difference?
See, the point is state highways and National Highway Authority of India. First, let us see. National Highway Authority. No. The intervention criteria they can fix depending upon the what is the road service they have to give to the users. That is what you call they can decide anything based on their will and wish. Whereas a concessionaire, he cannot decide anything. All the things have been given in their concession agreement. In concession agreement, it clearly says at any given time, the roughness should be this, deflection should be this, distance. Whenever any one of these, they cross that, he has to maintain it. So that intervention criteria, it is not his wish. It is based on the contract agreement. In addition, he can have a liberty instead of waiting till my pavement reaches that level. I can do a treatment before that and I can prolong this to another 1-2 years so that I can save some money. Whereas a concessionaire is not his will and wish. He has an agreement for which he has to follow that. And he need not wait till that time happens. He can decide before that itself, I'll do some treatment and I can increase my payment life to some, so that in a given period of 20 years concession period and all, I can save some money. It is his. So like that, it is his view and government view is different. Based on their issue, they can decide what is to be done.
So the government departments might change their strategy or requirements every year.
Not only that, they can do, and if they don't have funds, they can change. Okay, we will not do this year, we will do next year. But whereas concessionaire cannot do like that. He has to do it. Otherwise, the client will do it and he will recover from it. So it's like.
So risk and cost will be attracted in that case. So the maintenance requirements are very clearly stipulated in the contractor agreement with the private developers, and it has to abide by it. No choice. Right. So, so what are the new cost-effective surfacing or maintenance techniques options to prevent or delay the deterioration of pavements? How effective they are in reducing the cost of maintenance?
Where structurally adequate payments are there. Instead of going every 5 years 40 BC, they can go for treatments like microsurfacing, fog seal, slurry seal. There are so many things, or thin overlays, or ultra thin white top. Those different treatments are there. Based on the situation, they can decide, and then they can prolong the life of the pavement without doing for a major repair. So that all this preventive, the name itself says I am going to prevent something before some major treatment has to be done on that. It's like this. I have a small cough and cold. I have not bothered. So small fever, even then I have not bothered. Then what will happen? High fever, maybe 104, 105. When I went to the doctor will tell you should have come little early. Otherwise, now the chest is congested, your throat is infected, and you have to go with a high antibiotics. So spending more money on payment is nothing but having high antibiotic in your body. So we have to be very careful whenever there is something like there is a crack. If I leave it, what will happen? The crack will width will increase, water will infiltrate. So then it will further create problem, and then a small pothole will occur. If I have not done anything, what is going to happen? A big pothole. So a proper treatment is to be done to the pavement whenever there is small problem, so that we can increase. So that is called our preventive pavement.
So milling is also being extensively adopted or used in most of the.
That nowadays milling option is there. You can mill the pavement, and based on after milling, you can analyze how much is the stress and strain for the remaining pavement and how much more has to be done. You can do that, and that milled material you can use it in some other place.
Okay.
Otherwise, if that milled material is okay, you can rejuvenate the bitumen. You can lay it. A proper laboratory study says it can be reused. You can reuse it so that I can conserve the material.
Right.
What is the conservation? Conservation is nothing but nowadays you agree with me. Lot of network construction is going on. We are consuming lot of material from our mother earth. And if we go on consuming like that, instead of having new technologies like this milling, recycling, or putting thinner pavements, all those things, or going for a new pavement design, going for cement heated base or sub base, all these things, if we don't do it, we are going to consume more material, and we will not be leaving anything to our next generation, which is really a crime. So wherever you can do it, you conserve the material.
Correct.
And then do it. So milling is one of the options. So,
Absolutely right. So before we close the show, do you have anything more to add to our audience?
see, after discussing so much, nothing more to add, but only the thing is this pavement management system is really need of the work. Instead of just doing any treatment just like that without any scientific basis, have a proper data, do the proper analysis, and then do the right treatment at right time will help you in saving money and our resource. That much I can say.
Thank you. Thank you very much for your valuable information that you have shared to our audience. Normally, the moment we say roads, we think of the construction and completion of the road activity, and but we don't think of this particular aspect of maintenance or asset management. So now we understood the difficulties and benefits of effective asset management and road maintenance, but the best use of them as safe roads. Thank you once again for sparing your time for our audience, and we hope you once again join our show to share some more stories about your experience on other fields, other areas. Have a nice time.
Sure. Thank you, Viswanadh, for giving me an opportunity to interact with you and with your viewers. And really, it's pleasure to on this. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you, audience, for tuning in IndInfra podcast. Stay connected to our podcast shows for more and more such interesting stories of infra industry. Thank you.